We're back with Colin Hanks, director of this great documentary about John Candy, out now on Prime Video. What was like the most interesting or fascinating thing you learned about John while making the documentary?
Well, I mean, aside from, the emotional trauma that he'd had as a kid, I didn't know anything about that. But I think, one of the most surprising things was how uncomfortable he was in interviews. For whatever reason, I had just kind of always assumed that sort of, gregarious, fun, outgoing guy, just assumed that was what he was like in, situations like this.
Yeah.
Right.
And it turns out he was incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, but this is, I always feel bad when people come on our show or any talk show because it's torture.
It's an odd experience,
It's
no
the
doubt about
worst,
it.
yeah.
But I was surprised at just how physically uncomfortable he was. He was very shy, he was very nervous, and I think ultimately, it's because, when we explore this a little bit in the movie, the questions that he would always be asked about his weight.
Yes.
I think that ultimately he was just always waiting for that. He was always waiting for that uncomfortable shoe to drop. And
Produces anxiety.
Yeah, and the way that people would ask him about that was not really something that would fly these days.
Yeah,
Sure.
right.
And I think all of that added to his overall anxiety and the struggles that he had later on.
So many great interviews with celebrities that knew him. How was that as a director, landing those interviews?
I mean, landing the interviews, great. Scheduling the interviews, very, very difficult.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard trying to sort of nail everyone down. But I mean, I remember having a conversation with Martin Short, who's a very, very good friend of John's, obviously, and he said, your biggest problem is that no one is going to say no. And he was right, because pretty much everyone we spoke with said, yes, absolutely, I'd love to do it, please. But it would always just sort of come down to, when are you available?
Was the easiest one getting your dad to
Yes, he was the easiest one because I could actually boss him around.
Yeah. And you could just show up at the house.
I just said, look, you're doing this is what's going to, and you better be good, otherwise I will cut you out of this movie.
Well, congratulations. Well done. John Candy, I Like Me, streaming on Prime Video now.